Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Steve Bannon's post-last ditch really effort to stay out of jail. So to just review the bidding, Bannon is held in contempt of Congress. The DOJ agrees to prosecute him, and they do. He's got nothing, some far-fetched but completely evidence-free assertion that Trump wanted him to assert executive privilege, and really not a leg to stand on. But he was quickly and easily convicted, appealed that conviction. And while he appealed that conviction, his trial court judge, Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee, but a fairly well-regarded one, said, okay, you can stay out of jail while you appeal this conviction. And recall, we see this in many different settings. A district court normally can decide this, and it's got to do with, do you have a substantial issue to raise on appeal? Because if you don't, once you're a convict, you can be put in immediately. But district court judges will, or by law, must let you stay out if they find there's a substantial issue. But his appeal was rejected in May by the D.C. Circuit. And after that, he returned to the court, and we had the report date set of July 1st. And he's got a new argument now that it's pretty hard to follow, really. It's talking about his mental state, but that is a prototypical jury determination that you would never have a court of appeals reverse. But he's trying to claim in the petition that somehow the whole future of how contempt citations and actions will work is at stake, and whether or not there'll be negotiation over them. An ironic, brazen claim, given that he refused to negotiate, stood on this phony, bogus claim of executive privilege, lost decisively, and lost roundly on appeal. Nevertheless, he's saying, hey, this is a substantial issue. Oh, so he returns to the district court. District court said, you no longer have a substantial issue here. I don't see it. You go to jail July 1st. And he is now on, what has to be a last ditch. You can expect a petition for cert to the Supreme Court, but unless the Supreme Court acts, it wouldn't change anything. That is, July 1st comes and Steve Bannon must report. So he has tried to stave it off with an appeal to the DC Circuit of this emergency motion to the district court, saying basically, I have a substantial issue, so I should be free while I litigate that issue. District court has said, no, you don't. And presumably would make quick work of it. But I think the DC Circuit, it's a moot point, because I think the DC Circuit will not say, oh, yes, here's a serious issue. You can stay free while you litigate it. So he's got an appeal from the Carl Nichols order. But again, the status quo is he reports July 1st. So unless the DC Circuit does something to change matters, he's, packing his toothbrush. They likely will, make quick work of this appeal and deny it. So, leave no doubt that he has to report. And then, it really is the end of the line, because an ungranted petition for cert doesn't keep you out of jail. So it's looking very, very likely that Steve Bannon will be reporting for his pretty short, I think 6 months, and likely to do just a few months stay in jail come July 1st, and that this last-ditch effort will not succeed. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.